Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3 Episode 3 Review. Strange New Worlds channels The Last of Us in a standout episode for Dr. M'Benga. Season 3 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds continues to push the boundaries of the franchise, but Episode 3, Echoes of Blood, might just be the show's most emotionally ambitious outing yet. By centering on Dr. M'Benga, the series manages to explore trauma, morality, and survival in a way that feels remarkably grounded, bringing The Last of Us style intensity to the final frontier. From the moment the episode begins, the stakes feel deeply personal. The crew of the USS Enterprise responds to a distress signal from a distant Klingon outpost. But unlike typical missions of exploration or diplomacy, this episode quickly turns inward. Dr. M'Benga receives a communication from a planet tied to his past, forcing him to confront decisions he made decades earlier. What initially seems like a standard rescue mission narrative evolves into a harrowing exploration of guilt and the lingering shadows of war. What stands out most is the way the episode mirrors the emotional rhythm of The Last of Us. Just as that show juxtaposes moments of quiet human connection against the backdrop of a decimated world, Echoes of Blood balances tense, action-driven sequences with deeply intimate character beats. M'Benga is not just facing external threats. He is navigating a moral labyrinth, making life and death choices that carry no easy answers. The parallels are unmistakable: moments of silence, lingering shots on M'Benga's expression, and the weight of decisions resonate in a way that feels almost cinematic for Star Trek standards. The writing shines in its ability to expand M'Benga's character while respecting the canon. He is no longer just the ship's stoic chief medical officer. Here, we see a man haunted by the ghosts of Klingon conflicts, the ethical compromises of war, and the burden of knowledge few of his peers can comprehend. This episode allows actor Babs Olusanmoken to truly stretch, delivering some of the most nuanced performances in the series to date. His subtle expressions, hesitation before a procedure, a flicker of doubt during a tactical discussion, reveal a depth often unexplored in Star Trek's ensemble storytelling. Visually, the episode echoes its emotional weight. The Klingon planet is depicted with muted, almost desolate hues, interspersed with flashes of violent, almost chaotic life forms that serve as constant reminders of the stakes. The cinematography leans heavily into close-ups, echoing The Last of Us's intimate framing, emphasizing characters' reactions over sprawling starship panoramas. These choices reinforce the episode's thematic core. Survival is not only a matter of physical endurance, but of moral and emotional reckoning. One of the most impressive aspects of this installment is its willingness to embrace moral ambiguity. M'Benga faces a Klingon survivor who challenges his preconceptions of right and wrong. Their confrontation raises ethical questions about loyalty, vengeance, and the cost of peace that feel almost Shakespearean. Unlike the more black and white conflicts typical of episodic Star Trek, this episode thrives in the gray areas, forcing both character and audience to wrestle with uncomfortable truths. The writing team deserves credit for marrying classic Star Trek philosophy with a modern, emotionally resonant storytelling approach. The tension between action and reflection is handled masterfully. There are sequences of physical danger, starship maneuvers, skirmishes with Klingon drones, but they never overshadow the character-driven storytelling. Instead, they amplify it, providing visceral stakes that complement the psychological and emotional ones. By the climax, the audience is as invested in the survival of M'Benga's conscience as they are in the survival of the crew. Moreover, the episode subtly enriches the broader tapestry of Strange New Worlds. By delving into Klingon history and personalizing it through M'Benga's lens, it expands the moral universe of the show. It also underscores the series' commitment to character-centric narratives, proving that Star Trek can still innovate within its familiar structure. While episodic sci-fi often leans heavily on spectacle, Echoes of Blood proves that introspection and moral complexity can be just as thrilling. Ultimately, the episode leaves viewers with lingering questions about choice, consequence, and the human or Vulcan or Klingon cost of war. It's a rare Star Trek outing that balances high-stakes action with quiet reflection, one that rewards both longtime fans and newcomers willing to engage with its emotional depth. By channeling the narrative intensity of The Last of Us, Strange New Worlds has delivered a standout episode that elevates Dr. M'Benga from a supporting role into the moral and emotional center of the series. Next,